What's going on? What's going on, folks? Family. Yeah, I'm just getting some things together real quick, but hey man, welcome to the Murphy's Law Network. You know what we talk about anything and everything. Um, I have been around Atlanta. I have been to some extravagant places, and man, this trend I'm starting to see is just it's off the chain, man. You know, like I say, and that's what inspired this channel. Uh, this is a call-in show, people. You know, you can call in and let me know what's going on with you, and what your thoughts and opinions are. But tonight, I want to talk about the overly feminine men that are out here today. And I got a guy, a friend of mine that's online. I want to talk to him about it. And I want to see what's going on, man. I want y'all to tell me what y'all thoughts is. Let's see here. Hello, can you hear me? Big John, can you hear me? Let me see. But for all y'all that joined in tonight, man, I really appreciate it. You know, it's time that we sit down and have those conversations that nobody wants to have. Nobody wants to have these conversations. Let me see here. But it was a good day today. What y'all think, man? I mean, like I said, it's a great day every day for me, but it's an alarming trend that's going on out here, man. It's just the over feminization of men. I went into Walmart today and I seen this guy, man. He had to been every bit of 6'2", 6'3". I mean, and he had on. I don't even know how to describe it. The guy was shaped like a bell pepper, but he had on these tight pants, man, and it's alarming, man, how sickening and how stupid this is starting to get out here today. Not trying to offend nobody, but hey, you know, we got to talk about it. Big John, can you hear me? Unmute yourself. You have yourself muted. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you now. I can hear you real good, man. Oh, that's what's up, man. I hope you're having a great night, man. But but yeah, man, I would like to know, man, what do you think? What do you think the issue that is going on here with this over feminization of men? What do you think the issue is? I want to know your opinion because see what's uh what's disturbing, man, is the trend, and it's starting to seem like more to me as a suggestion because I never like when I was growing up, I seen you know what's going on now. It was a rarity. It wasn't as deep as it is now, and now it's just more open. It almost seems like it's easier to be a feminine than it is masculine. I'm trying to understand what's the cause for that. What do you think in your expertise? And by the way, this man has a doctor's degree, y'all. He deals with these types of things and on a daily basis. And that's why I wanted to talk to him and see what his I could kind of like his opinion and what he think. And I just want to bring him on live with y'all so y'all can hear and not just think I'm making this up. So yeah.
I just won't be on in a minute or two, but
So what do you think? What's your opinion? What do you think the cause of this feminine wave of feminine men? What do you think that's the cause of that?
well, especially in the black community, and I know that this is going to be very controversial. People like to be on the opposite end of the track. If you say blue, they don't say black. If you say, you know, they're going to always be someone that's instead of truly listening to the narrative, uh, they just want to be heard.
Right.
And a lot of people like shock,
Right. Right.
shock reactions. But the reality is that that men have been under attack for the last in this country, years since the 60s, 70s, showing after the
True.
civil rights,
True.
and uh, most of the boys that are being raised in modern having black families by single mothers. When you look at if we want to use the low income neighborhood
Very true. Yeah.
and that dominant influence, a lot of it is not purposely done by the mothers, but the fact that the mothers, uh, either by the way the system has designed, where the father cannot actively participate in the rearing of the children, how they put a money value on the relationship that the father got to have with their sons, especially their sons. The daughters do as well
True.
because of the kind of men they are picking. Uh, it causes a disconnect and a breakdown in the uh, black community as a whole.
Correct. Because it seemed more all not to cut you off, but it seemed almost like like in this generation, well, we'll provide you with the home, we'll provide you with the monetary resources, but your father can't be there. The
Yeah,
father of your kids cannot be there. It has to be it's almost like they're creating this toxic environment, man, that is starting to it's like a motivational push. Do you think this is a push for this type of behavior, or what do you think it is?
where's the bigger picture as well? But people don't understand, well, I say people, but in general, the black family has always been disenfranchised from the standpoint that the man could have, you know, basically could not exercise his authority as a whole. They
Correct.
always had to come behind the scene. In the previous generation of women, they used to support and struggle as one.
Right.
And we're not saying that they want to abused in many situations because that was a manipulation in a physical sense to a major degree. But now they opinion those swung way to the or you want to say left or right, depending on how you want to say it.
Right. It's more of
To where now,
more of a
yeah,
emasculation process.
yeah,
That's what
and
I call
that
it.
could be it. When you got little boys now, and young men want to dress up and dress and say that's right. We're not arguing about what a person ought to do. We're arguing about is that you're changing what is uh, male and female
Correct.
standpoint that has been going on since, uh, if one want to say the beginning of our existence.
Yeah. Beginning of time.
If you look in the animal kingdom, the insect kingdom, or whatever kingdom, there is no confusion.
Yeah. It's automatically known. Like it's everybody has their role, and it seems like in this community, well, in this generation, it's a problem with, you say the word gender role and everybody goes crazy. You know, every woman. What you mean a role? You know, you know.
Yeah. So the question is, who is complaining about their role?
Yeah,
You
it's
don't hear two men complaining about their role.
no, never. I never seen it.
Yeah. In general, they have always accepted their role in society and what's come basically natural to, I would say, the male. But we can truly say never have there been a song on the message here. Uh, the modern young people as a whole don't recognize that abortion was designed to
Correct.
keep us populated under the umbrella that freedom now to exercise their desire to have relations without any accountability.
Correct. That's correct. You know, I tell a lot of people, you know, that I talk to that you know, Planned Parenthood was started by a woman named Margaret Singer, and her whole objective and goal was to stop the birth of the black child. You know, and these things are unheard of in the community because they're not taught in the church. They're not taught really anywhere. You know, it's just we live in this time where we base everything on hope and what we think, you know, should happen or what we think could happen, you know. But and that's why I got you on, man, to give more of clarity to, you know, to kind of understand, because I like your message and I like what you're saying. And I just want you to get insight to what's, you know, what's going on. Like I said, people, this is a call-in show. If you want to call in, you more than welcome to give your opinion and thoughts, you know. And like me, you have had previous conversation. I have told you, you know, I think this is a push, more of a push from the Democratic Party, you know, because you don't really see things like this coming. And I know you don't like to take things political, but you know I do. So, and that's why I wanted your opinion. But I got a question to ask you. So, what do you think the outcome and the fix for this is? The solution?
Well, you know what I'm gonna say on the major scale, but just in a micro manner, just to look at it from human society now in modern time, is that if we continue on the course that we're going, human society will basically not be in existence.
Correct.
And mainly, which group is being exterminated the fastest through the judicial system, and one they overlook is the medical system, because you think if you get proper medical attention when you have a crisis, and you're fooling yourself. The reason law enforcement looks so blatant is because we see it live, we see the physical aggression that's being done to uh, take out the male in a particular group.
True.
But when you look at the medical perspective, you look at the educational perspective, and then the ultimate perspective, you're taking the man out, even having an input in rearing his own child,
True.
not going through many hoops and and jump on. You know, the greatest thing I continue to hear, the funniest thing of it, where the man ain't really like he gonna take up time and children. But men by nature are providers,
True.
and they not touchy feely in the sense that they, how can I say, it's going to nurture on a level that naturally for a mother, because her job, not her job, but her natural instinct is to nurture.
You know, I noticed
Um,
that. I noticed that. Not like I said, not to cut you off. I noticed that you know, I always say that men deal with things inwardly, and women deal with things outwardly. And I see here that it's a lot of women that is starting to want men to uh, teach, to parent feminine way, as the way they should. You know, it's kind of impossible to do that. It's just like you buying a Honda and wanting to behave like a Mercedes. It's impossible. It's not going to do that. You know, so I agree with you on that fact. I 100% agree.
yes, and the greatest threat on the black family as a unit, as a nucleus, is that it can't be what I want. It's got to be what's in the best interest of the family.
Correct.
Everybody wants what's in the best interest of the child, what's in the best interest of the mother.
Correct.
I know what's in the best interest of the child. I mean, of the family.
Correct.
Because the family that is united as one, with one accord, is going to be successful at rearing that child. Now, once the child get 18 or grown or legal, whatever they want to call the legal age, they can make whatever the decision they choose.
Correct.
But while the child is being formed in his mental, emotional, and physical well-being, the role of both parents play a role
Correct.
in helping the child to be balanced in his approach in society and in life. When you look at our boys now, and to me, they react emotionally,
Correct.
whereas if the boy was introduced to his father, uh, the men in his life, rather than we got to deal with it emotionally, then we won't have the collateral damage we see in our environment now that we live in day in and day out.
Correct.
And the greatest threat I see as well is that when a crisis happens in our community, the first thing they say is what other people is going to do about it.
Correct.
When it really thought, if you are a single parent and you have a responsibility to bring a life into this world,
Mm.
it is your sole responsibility to kind of put a support system around that child from the time it is conceived to the time it is of legal age to make decisions for themselves.
Correct. I agree.
And so it's not a solo thing. It's not you against me. It's uh, once we make that decision, and most women make a decision to have a baby.
Correct. They all do.
Say, if we can say accidentally, he knew better. The generation of women that I came up with, you can tell them, is
Correct.
that the woman was taught at a very young age that when she makes that decision to engage intimately with another person, then she bears that majority of the responsibility of the outcome of that decision she made.
Correct.
Now, we didn't make the genetic code to say women have children and males don't. It's almost like they get angry at it.
Yeah, they do. They do. It's a victim
And then
mentality, man. It's
yeah,
it's a victim mindset.
yeah. And then we're not saying this. I'm not saying that they have an active part in their child's life, but it's not the monetary piece.
Correct.
And then it goes back again. Men nature by nature is not touchy feely. The mindset is to provide.
Correct.
But they are made when they are being influenced by one gender, then they feel like someone else should take care of them,
Yeah,
to nurture
it's
and
confusing.
feed them and to clothe them. They don't go out and get jobs. They wait on someone else to take care of their basic needs.
Correct.
All of, when all of us appear to have a responsibility to carry our own load.
Correct.
And
Correct.
a child don't know that if they are not being taught that from the time they uh, uh, or when they first start walking or when they first start reaching for things that you're teaching them responsibility and accountability from day one. You can't wait till they're teenagers.
True.
Now, so it's a lot of things come to play on that society. For the powers to be to stay in power, they're gonna keep a division of divide. Uh, let's do this gender blurring. I call it gender blurring. Uh, you got children making decisions that can't even get by their own underwear.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Making life decision that, oh, today I'm a boy, tomorrow I'm a girl. Oh, now I'm bi, now I'm trans, now I'm polygamous, now I'm all over the place. Well, we know those are the forming years, and what we introduce to ourselves is, and what we practice, what we continue to constantly expose ourselves to. That's what we become.
Correct, correct. And we both know that the Bible does state that God is not the author of confusion. And what we have here is a bunch of confusion. It has went totally to the left. And
So what's confusing is that we say it's confusing, but it's really simple.
mm,
Either you live, either you feel.
that's correct. It's been there since the beginning of time. This is not an argument. You know, it's almost like a government filibuster. Let me say that. Some things that you just we don't even talk about. We don't even discuss because there's, you know, like I told you before, there's certain subjects that you don't even entertain because it opens up a door to hell. You know, you may have good intentions, but I was always taught as a young man that the highway to hell started out with good intentions. And this right here is what's happening today is just overwhelming, and that's why I believe it's being more introduced and it's operating more on the lines of suggestion than okay, well, I'm just openly this or I'm just openly that. It's being taught basically. You know, it have
Limited, directly, indirectly.
correct, correct,
Social media.
correct.
You're absolutely right. Shrewd parent,
You say what now?
a shrewd parent will help their children navigate through all the things that are being thrown at them on a constant, consistent basis.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and there's no confusion. You know, there's what makes it confusing is because the person wants to be in opposition. You know, the uh, old saying, idle time is the day of the workshop. So
Correct.
what the all idle time is, they don't probably do active sports like they used to, play like they used to. They got this electronic machine in their hand 24/7
Correct.
and try to take it from them.
Yeah, you're gonna have a problem.
You
Yeah,
don't have a problem.
you definitely.
You know, modern parents almost appear of taking control of rearing their children in the mental and discipline regulation of, let's say, if you say you're a Christian,
Mm,
in the teachings that have worked for over 2,000 years. We want to go into the Christian we want to go all the way back to the Mosaic Law, we go back all the way back to the creation that everybody basically believed in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you want to go all the way back, there would have always been gender assignments.
correct. Every since the beginning of time.
Yeah, now, we're not saying that certain ways they haven't been abused
Correct.
because they have, but it can't now be so one-sided that it's the other way. And like you say, those who have their personal agenda because they like a certain lifestyle. Nobody say it used to be a lifestyle. Now the person can actually say, "No, this is what we are." I can't say. Now, the only thing I'm gonna say on this note is that my voice has to be restricted because I can't be a true man.
And that's what's so troubling and alarming, man. It's that
But
it
check this out.
uh
A woman can't be a true woman.
exactly. I mean,
They didn't realize that the human family is being attacked on a level that has never been seen before.
never been seen, man. I thought I would never see nothing like this. Like my question is, now we are challenging what is a woman. We are challenging that. We can't even answer that question, and it's been the same thing from ever since I was a little bitty boy to now. You know, when this whole thing, even when I was in elementary school, when this thing was introduced about, well, now you can't whoop your children at home. You know, you need to report or get with a school counselor. And me and you both know that any discipline or any structure or how a child will come up It's going to start in the home. It doesn't start with the school system. The government doesn't start with the courts. It starts at home. So if you're going to punish the parents or continue to um, discipline parents for being parents, then where's the start and where's the finish line? You get where I'm coming from? You know, there's no start and no finish line. You like start in the middle. And then again, we see here, it says in the Bible, it says you cannot be hot or cold. You know what I mean? You need to be hot or cold, excuse me. You can't be lukewarm. So I would rather be cold and not even participating in the act, you know, than to be right here in the middle where I don't know where my role is as a man. But I do got a question for you. And man, I appreciate you for coming on. I appreciate you because I know I know it's late. But I do want to ask you this. You know, I know, you know, what you do and what your field is and, you know, what you deal with on a daily basis. But I want to know, out of many clients who you dealing with, what would you say the mental health of a lot of parents and kids that are coming into your office on a daily basis? How would you describe it?
That's a good question. But to answer it, uh, we live in a modern environment that everybody will say that when a person do something now, that they must have a mental uh, some diagnosis,
True.
and no one is being held accountable for their actions, except now when they fit the narrative of the powers to be safe what the narrative they want to fit.
True.
So what I mean by that example, a person that can go and a rampage and kill someone,
Correct.
and people get in all the uproar and say, let's pass, oh, they need to do something about guns.
Correct.
Nobody look at that. That person made a decision.
Yeah, that's what I say. Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
And they don't look at that. The person had been, in most cases, had been stockpiling ammunition, buying multiple firearms,
Correct.
have scoped out the situation. This didn't just happen overnight. And then they can turn around and get these people who got degrees by reading a book and say, oh, they did it because, oh, they didn't have a dad at home. Or, oh, way back here, they stopped the toy. They stopped crying.
Yeah, yeah. The man is always to blame. There's always an excuse.
Yeah. So my point is this, that I was made to be accountable from day one, when I can think back when I was being reared from a child, being accountable for the decision where it was accidental or by mistake, inexperience, or outright purposely made that decision, held accountable in that moment.
Correct. You know, accountability is like a coronavirus today.
Yeah, okay. So if we came up on the time period where what is the excuse? It's just like, I ain't gonna say what it's like, but everyone got it. See, we didn't have excuses.
Correct.
But to show you, if our mothers would just slow down, take a deep breath, and look at the field I work with. When the boys come in my office, I say, well, why did you miss school? And they say, oh, because my stomach hurt.
Correct.
Then come back on next week and say, well, why did you miss school? Well, I didn't feel good. My stomach hurt. I had it. And my question to the mother, whose stomach hurt? Because if your boy's stomach is hurt, you better get it to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
If it's hurt on the country. But we understand why maybe the teenage girl's stomach is hurt. She's got a little headache or discomfort.
Correct.
Because that goes with teenage girl growing into woman, because it will be with her for, several years till she go to menopause. But our boys, oh, my stomach hurt. Really?
Correct, man. It's outrageous, because like I said, when I was growing up, man, if you was sick, you better get your ass on that bus. So, hey, man, it is what it is. You know, you had to do what it was, what you had to do. You know, so it was no excuses. And to now, and today's time, it seems like it's always an excuse for a man being a man. I have never seen so many men. Well, now where you have women pumping the gas, changing the tires, and you got guys standing, sitting in the car, twisting their hair, or they sitting, standing in front of the store. You know, it's outrageous, man. You know, it's nobody have no desire for nothing. Cause when I was a young man, the only thing I was thinking about was women and money. Now, these young men are thinking about killing, robbing, stealing, a rap song, and shit that doesn't matter. You know, and it's just like where do y'all get this from? You know, my when I was young, all I wanted to do was be up under a woman, and now it's confusion. You know,
But I'm
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you from coming on, man, and talking, man. And hey, man, I talk to you, and you know, I see your message. Appreciate you for coming on, man.
all right, and you have great success. Now you know some of the stuff you talk about. You know, rattle the bushes, as they say.
I already know, man.
Hope that this being your first only airline, that people really listen. And I know that people like shock treatment, but the main thing is what are you coming on, or what is your motive for being in opposition to what you say. What
Correct.
I say, so you know,
Eat the meat and spit out the bones, man.
yeah.
That's what it is,
And
man.
life is one. Keep it moving. I hope you have great success. And I'm gonna be checking in and out from the time to time. But if the black community learn one thing, I don't like African American. I don't like no stereotypes. But
Yeah.
don't give up your rights. You're black American. So
Yeah, you black
so
American. When nobody
so
born in
let's
Africa, you born right here in the United
right
States of
back.
America.
Y'all don't get shit up to the continent. So if I was to put a globe up there, they couldn't find it. Be proud of who you are. You don't have the German Americans saying they German American, French Americans, Asian American. They say they're American.
Right.
We are unique, and but more power to you, man. May you have great success. I look forward, and I know we were sort of jumping all over the place a little bit,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
just to get all this a flavor. I know what you're gonna be talking about and see no more and everything. But the main thing is don't hate masculinity. Don't hate femininity, not feminist, femininity. It's
Correct.
beautiful. It's power. It's attractive. You can get all the things you want. That doesn't mean slavery. It's all in the presentation of it. So,
Just like yin and yang, man. Yin and yang.
yeah,
Things are supposed to complement one another.
right,
Like
right.
I haven't seen a car yet that has an engine without a transmission.
Thank
You
you.
know,
Mm-hmm.
so they supposed to
Transmission
go
is
together.
more. They tell me the transmission is more important sometimes than the engine.
Yeah.
Because all they need to do is crank up, keep the fire popping, but that transmission get you moving forward fast or slow.
Correct. Correct.
Transmission shift on up there. So let's make it work. Let's get our black family back together, loving one another. And those who got any special Jenny, getting your phone, make it work. That's all y'all. But being a man is a beautiful thing. Don't hate it, love it, and hey, like you say, if we enjoy one another and not let other people dictate it, we'll be all right.
Correct. Correct, man. Well, man, I appreciate you for coming on, man. I'm gonna go to a little break here, but I appreciate you for coming on, man. And man, thank you. And I
All right,
appreciate your expertise, man.
all right, no problem. No problem. Have a good.
Good night. Yeah, people. Like I was saying earlier, man. That was my friend John, man. He very educated, man. You know. And here we're gonna be doing this more and more often on this channel. You know, I'm gonna be interviewing. I'm actually gonna have people here live. I'm going to I want to get the facts, you know. And I know I'm gonna have people that criticize or say stuff about what I say. That's fine. I appreciate you doing that. But make sure you come with facts. This is a fairly brand new channel. I want to grow it from this point. This is not gonna stop. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be more interactive with people. I would love for y'all to, call in and also give your opinion in dialogues, and everything is welcome. I don't have no respect to no person. I respect all people. So thank you for joining, man, the Murphy's Law Network. Over here where we keep it real and things are gonna be straightforward. I don't care about feelings. I want to know the truth. You know, yeah, I'm prepared to face what people want to cancel or take out or change what I say, but that's just not. I'm not worried about that. I'm prepared to go on this battle. Like I said, what I seen today and what I have today and every day and what I have been brought up on is totally different. And I encourage some of y'all to read the book of Sodom and Gomorrah and tell me, is it not eerily similar to what's going on today? And if that was enough to make God to destroy the world, what do you think gonna happen now? Not just with this, it's our women too. Our women have gotten out of hand. I mean, far, far to the left, you know. But it's a conversation that needs to be had. We need to talk about it, and I'm here to do that, you know. So again, welcome to Murphy's Law Network. And I'll see y'all later, people.